And welcome back. It is I, Haskie, your host. How you doing? Torchlight. I'm gonna start this today because apparently Diablo 1 wasn't enough. Yeah. So just finished the wow. What did I just spell? Just finished Diablo 1 last weekend. I thought that was going to be a short-ish series, maybe 10 hours or so. Ended up being like 50. So you would think that I might be like, man, maybe I should like take a break from ARPGs, you know, play some other genre of game. Not this guy. So I played a little bit of this yesterday just to kind of get reacquainted with it. I never finished this game, never beat it. I kind of had a... well, I'll get into that later, I guess. Yeah, never beat it. I played a Vanquisher the one time that I played this game, I think. Which is really just like the ranged class in the game. I don't really think the characters had a whole lot. They had different skills, but otherwise, like a lot of the spells in the game were like shared between classes and stuff like that, so... I played a lot of Barbarian in Diablo 3, which I will probably be playing again at some point for the channel. So, I don't know. I want to swing some swords and axes. I don't want to do ranged stuff anymore, probably because I just did 50 hours of it in Diablo 1. I want to play very hard. Because I'm a glutton for punishment or something, I don't know.
I have always been a wanderer. I have roamed these lands for as long as I can remember. But my blades always lead me back to conflict. When I heard of the evils befalling Torchlight, I returned from the wilderness. Tales of madness, townsfolk slain or missing, and a darkness rising from the deep. It was inevitable that I was drawn to this place. My blades would not be still. So I made the long journey. I arrived at sunset. And while things at first seemed simple, I did not know then the shadows I would face, and the terrible power gathering far below the surface. I would discover them in time.
Welcome to Torchlight. I was messing with the graphics settings a bit ago, and when I say graphics settings, I mean I turned on netbook mode because I wanted to see what that did. And now, does everything look okay? I'm just like looking at this texture right here. It looks really low res, but we're good. I think we're good. This game has like no settings, which is good, I guess. Okay. 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 Hi.
What can I do for you?
I'm not gonna read that.
You have begun a new
I'm
quest.
not gonna read that.
What can I do for you?
Good day.
So yeah, like I can't rebind my hotkeys again. Like what? No, I'm not gonna start complaining already, but Jesus.
Hi there.
So yeah, in our games, you can't rebind the keys.
Bye-bye.
We think the keys that we bound for you,
Stay out of the way.
we believe it's the best way, the only way to play Torchlight. Turn that up a little bit. Hopefully we won't blow our eardrums out.
Brink, over here! I can't hold them back much longer.
You all right, Syl? Rest here a while. I'm going ahead to finish the job.
Let's go finish the job.
It's no wonder Master Ulrich sent for my help. The Ember mines are overrun with these creatures. His letter was urgent, but I had no idea how dire things had become. I am Syl, and that was my companion, Brink. We've only just arrived in Torchlight, and it looks like we're going to need some help. You look capable, and I can pay you well. Please, catch up to Brink before he gets...
You have begun a new quest.
Money? Are you offering me money? I just came to kill things.
Arrived in Torchlight and began.
Boring. Alright, so seeing as we're playing on the hardest difficulty, I really have no idea how hard this game is going to get. Maybe I'll regret that. Your health is low. Good. Now, dying in this game, the penalty for death is very, very different than in Diablo 1. In this game, when you die, you get an option of like three different options. And it's like, you can resurrect right there where you died and you lose experience and fame, something called fame. Then the second option is you respawn at the beginning of the floor and lose gold, or you respawn back in town and lose nothing. So like if you die and you go back to town, there's actually no penalty other than having to walk back down again, which I think is interesting. I like the choice of like, are you greedy and impatient, or are you the opposite, you know? It's like, are you willing to lose a bunch of experience so that you can get back into the game right now? Which is probably something I'll do once in a while, but otherwise I'll probably just like death warp back to town. It's like, oh, I don't have any town portals. Well, I'll just keep on fighting until I die, and then yeah, then I'll be back in town. So I want to do a lot of freaking damage this game. Diablo 1 was interesting in that, like when you first start your character, you can kind of build your character, like as far as like the attribute points and stuff like that, you could really kind of build your character in many different ways. But in the end, like in like the real like extreme late game of that game, everyone's characters kind of came back to being the same. And I don't know, I'm not going to talk about Diablo a whole lot here, but I don't remember if I said it or not, but I never really got to like the real extreme late game, if you will, in Diablo. That was really the first time I ever got to that. And I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know the game worked that way. Like, in the end, all of your attribute points get maxed out, and your character is just a maxed out character, and then it's not much different from the next guy who has a maxed out character. I don't think this game is going to be that way.
Hello there.
Hi. Ooh. 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 Everything I have requires level 2. Sorry, I couldn't click on anyone. Right, so in this game, there's like 2 different experience pools. There's just regular experience and then fame. The only thing that I know for sure that fame does for me is it gives me another skill point. So when you level up, you get 5 attribute points and a skill point. Just like in Diablo 2. Exactly like Diablo 2. But also when you fight like unique monsters, special difficult monsters, you gain fame, and when you level up your fame, you just get it's kind of like leveling up, but you just get a skill point. You don't get attribute points, which I think is pretty cool. So like there's an incentive to fight lots of monsters, but there's also like an incentive to fight strong, difficult monsters. Like you don't want to just like pass up on those. Like if they're really tough and you know it's a difficult fight, and it's like maybe you might be tempted to say, nah, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this. I doubt he's gonna drop anything good, and he probably wouldn't give me a whole lot of experience anyway.
You have triggered a trap.
Now there's that. There's an incentive there. So I didn't look at my OBS settings at all when I started today. I just looked over at my settings and I'm like, oh shit, I hope those are right. I didn't even think about that. Fucking idiot. So If I'm recording at like some wonky ass resolution or frame rate, I guess. Sorry about that. I'll fix it. If anything's wrong, I'll fix it after the first part. We got like a stream that's, or a video that's, it's like 1,000 pixels by. The video's resolution is 420 by 69, and the frame rate is like, I don't know, PAL, because that's retarded too. Was it 25 frames a second? Ridiculous. Oh, we leveled up. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do... Alright, so dexterity, I love it when games are very kind of clean-cut when it comes to their attribute points. It's like strength is basically melee damage. Dexterity is basically range damage. Magic is like a mana pool and magic damage. It also says weapon elemental damage, but I don't care about that. But it's just like... Yeah. It's like I'm not going to be tempted by dexterity at all in this game, because I'm not going to be doing any ranged stuff at all. So it's like, cool, I don't have to think. You know, it's like sometimes strategy games are a lot of fun. You have to like sit down and like really plan out your moves, and it's enjoyable. But sometimes I just want to like whirlwind through packs of monsters and not have to think about those kind of things. I definitely go back and forth between those two things. But anyway, yeah. So it's like we have defense and strength. It's pretty much the only thing I'm going to be using in this game, right? Unless I'm not understanding something, pretty much how it's going to be. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 1 point in defense and then 4 in strength. I want to deal some damage in this. I don't want to be... And that's kind of where I was going with my Diablo 1 rant, was in the end, like my kind of cookie-cutter rogue in the end of Diablo, the one that's kind of like the same as everyone else's, because you can't really do much in that game, just did not deal as much damage as I wanted it to. So I'm going to, almost said vent. It's probably not the right word. But yeah, all that pent-up desire to deal crazy amounts of damage that I couldn't satisfy that itch. Torchlight. Blue thing. So I'll be honest with you, I remember hating this game when it first came out. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't hate it because I didn't like the game or the gameplay or anything like that. Well, I did dislike the game, because I just said that I disliked the game. Right, so when this game first came out, it was a single-player only game, just like it is right now. And I remember on the Steam page, and I remember like on the forums and like on some blogs, some developer blogs, there was a bunch of stuff saying that the developers were planning to add multiplayer to this game. They're like, hey, buy Torchlight. One of our selling points is there's going to be an awesome multiplayer added in a future patch. And that was a selling point. It was advertised, okay? Yeah, well, multiplayer was never added. And I think that's fucking bullshit. And it's like, I don't even really care. I probably wouldn't even play multiplayer, you know? And I'm going to die here. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-bum. Yeah, I don't care about multiplayer. Unless I was playing with a real-life friend, I don't care. I really doubt I would ever play with anyone other than myself. I had 10 hit points. It's just the fact that they didn't add it and they said that they would. So eventually what ended up happening was, surprise, Torchlight 2! It has multiplayer! Go ahead and buy that. And it's just like, that's stupid. Anyway. And that was enough for me to really hate this game. Again, even though I didn't plan to play multiplayer, just the fact that they promised it and they never did anything about it. Pissed me off. Pissed me off really bad.
Gained a
In fact, I don't even really remember why I bought Torchlight 2. I'm over it nowadays, I guess. And I'll probably play all the way through this game and probably play Torchlight 2 as well, but
You have gained a task.
yeah. Poison damage. Okay. But yeah, beyond that, I really, really did like the way... I don't know, there's a lot of little things in this game that I really, really like. The pet in this game is fantastic. You have your little pet here that you can set to different like behaviors and stuff like that. You can teach it spells. It's like if you want it to heal you or cast fireballs or summon things, you can do that. You can put rings and amulets on them. You can change what the animal actually is by feeding it fish that you get from within the dungeon. You can fill its inventory up with equipment and send it back to town to sell it for you while you continue adventuring. The pet is sick. Like this pet system is really cool. I remember really liking that. The spells are also really awesome. How they're shared spells like in Diablo 1. And I don't know, for some reason I just really like that. I appreciate having like skills that are only for each class. I mean, that's why you would want to play the different characters, you know. But then also for some reason, I really, really like a big, large, diverse pool of shared spells that all the different classes can use. I don't really know why I like that so much, but it's cool to me. Probably should have bought some potions, but I was talking too much. The hell is that? Usually, like a cell phone will make that sound, but it wasn't. Not sure what that was. I don't even know if you could hear that, but I heard some noise in the mixer. It took me forever to figure that out, by the way. I would have like my cell phone laying across a cable that was not like my headphone cable or like my microphone cable, and you know there's not much shielding on that. And you'd hear datas. You'd like hear them. You'd hear the internet basically. And I'm like buying new cables because I think everything that I own is like faulty and stuff like that. It's like, no, just move your phone. So yeah, I'm going to kind of, like I said, I'm going to go kind of glass cannon here because I want to just crush people and be crushed and be crushed. It's kind of gameplay I want to play right now. Oh, there's a potion in there. Where'd it go?
Your pet has fled.
Did I actually not get it? Oh, hello.
You have gained a level.
Oh, I can use these now. Double hammers. Look at that. Why is that so funny to me? Like I've of course seen characters with like 2 maces, but those are hammers. Those are hammers. Okay. So yeah, 1 defense. That's probably gonna get out of control really fast, but I don't care. Or like my strength is going to be really, really, really high, and then my defense is going to fall way behind, but... Alright, so since I don't know any skills in this game, Like, I started with this slash attack and I haven't used it a single time yet, but, like, Stampede. Maybe that's a really good ability. I don't know. I've never used it before. I do love all these passives, though. I might just, like, increase my damage through dual wielding, critical strikes, martial weapon, expertise, block. I might just go, like, all passive stuff. And then this is like a whirlwind down here. I saw this. It's only 25 mana per second, though. I wonder how much mana I get for, that's intense. That would nuke all of my mana in a second. I know I'm only level 3 right now, but that would definitely use up my mana. Like, real good. So yeah, for now, I think I'm just going to go mostly passives. And then maybe later on when I start maxing out those passives, maybe I'll start just like putting 1 point into abilities and then seeing which ones I like and then maybe investing in them. I hate playing like that because you, from what I understand, you cannot reset your skills in this game. So it's like Diablo 2 where, well, the old school Diablo 2, I guess, where every point that you put into your character is permanent. Like, if you decide you want that skill point back, the only way to fix that is to, like, start a new character. So as we start, like, gaining momentum here, I'm probably going to die a whole lot. But I'm hoping that we'll be able to figure things out a little bit better as time goes on. Or maybe we'll just die constantly throughout the entire game. That's possible, too. Huh. Oh! Hold on. I'm remembering something. When you shift left click on an item, the pet picks it up. That is cool.
Hail! Take care now. Good day to you.
I thought I picked up a health potion and then I couldn't find it. Luckily I leveled up and I actually didn't need to heal, which is kind of funny, but yeah. So I think I'm just gonna buy a bunch of health potions right now.
Goodbye.
Buy all the health potions I can. Wait.
Take care now.
This person.
What can I do for you?
There's a heal all spell that I remember really enjoying putting on my pet. Because, like I said, my pet would actually heal me, and that is so freaking cool.
Good journey.
Healy pets are awesome.
Hello, friend.
Okay, never mind. Potions.
Hail.
Ew. Alright. We are going to freaking adventure. Oh, I didn't know this existed. Your shared stash, placing items here makes them accessible to other characters you've created. Huh, that's cool. Because there's this stash. There's 2 stashes. Alright, so with all these health potions, I feel like I should be pretty good for a bit. And hopefully I won't be wrong about that. My freaking hammer guy. I like the way the gems work in this game. Gems appear to be like pretty common. They're kind of all over the place, so it's a really nice way to kind of fine-tune your character. It's like if you feel like your character's pretty good, but he could use a little bit more defense, then use defensive gems. It'll just add that little sprinkle of something that you feel like you need. And also you can kind of remove the gems, kind of regain your sockets. Basically, there's two vendors in the town. One of them destroys the items around gems and it refunds you your gems, and then the other one is the opposite. It destroys the gems and refunds your item. So you don't get, you can't just unsocket something. But like this, like +2 critical hit chance, kind of like that. So what I'll probably do is destroy the gloves and get my gem back. Or say that was some crazy legendary item that I didn't want the gem in. Or wait, I don't want the gem inside that item, but I want the item back, then I can destroy the gems. That makes sense? I hope that made sense. So I'm really hoping I'll find a bunch of lifesteal soon. Why was that door closed? Why haven't I explored this area? Was this where I died? Did I die on this floor? I guess I did. Never mind. For some reason I thought I was lower than this, like on the next floor. But I guess not. That's kind of funny. In most games, when you look at gems, like the weapon and armor effects are usually different. Like in this case, there's an effect that you get from that gem when you put it in a weapon, and a different one when you put it into an armor piece. And usually the effect that you get from putting it into weapons is usually offensive. That's health regeneration, though. That's interesting. Put it in your weapon and get health regen. That's a big spider. Tank that boss, dude. Also, there's like no... I really like how kind of self-sufficient the pet is. Like, it's low on health right now, but, you know, that's fine. I don't... It's not like I'm penalized for the pet, you know, running off and getting itself hurt. Other than, like, maybe me feeling sorry for it. If its health pool does actually reach 0, then it just flees for a while. It runs away. So you might want to take care of it because it's effective in combat, and it's not effective when it's running away. But if you just choose to kind of let the pet do its thing, I mean, it might run away for a while, but eventually it comes back, and then it's back in the fight, and everything's fine. It's not like a Diablo 2 mercenary, where if they die, they die. I mean, you could, in Diablo 2, you can go back to town and revive them, but you have to pay money for that. It's like, I don't know. I like it this way. Maybe that means I'm a filthy casual, but I don't know. Alright, so, Alright, cool. Considering that I wasn't wearing any items in either of those slots, I know that both of them are upgrades. Easiest upgrades of my life. Alright, it's been a half hour. I'm glad I'm playing this right now. Again, I keep going to start like another N64 game, like Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario 64. I've been planning to do both of those games for a very, very long time. And then I just like start another RPG, and I don't regret it. Not yet. But yeah. I'm gonna go watch this video and make sure all my settings are good, and I'll come back and continue playing. Alright, see you in a second.